Hey, how y'all doing? My name's Andres. I'm the owner of Elite Refrigeration Solutions. Been doing this for about 14 years now. I've always wanted to own my company ever since I had like 2 or 3 years in the business. It was a long journey, and it took me much longer than I would have liked, for me to have opened the company. But at the end of the day, I figured that because it took me this long, right, to actually get the company up and rolling, I learned a great deal of what this field is all about. I was never into the management positions. I never really was given the chance to become part of the management. And when I did, I figured it was a little too late for me to actually want to be sitting down in an office, as my job was always being a technician, right? I was named top tech in 3 of the companies that I worked for. So that taught me a great deal about myself too. And that meant that no matter where I started, in any new company, I always had the same goal in mind. And my goal was be better than yourself, right? Be the best version of yourself. And that brought me to where I'm at today. So I always aspired to be the best, not to be better than anyone else, but to be better than my own self, right? And that made me learn that just having that mentality always put me a couple steps above the rest. Just having that mentality of being my best version, it always ended up putting me much higher than the people around me. I found myself always being, the teacher for the new techs, and I teach everyone the way that I would have liked to be taught. With that being said, I did learn from a couple of good people, but mostly it was all myself, right? It was always the, figure it out kind of service call. Thinking about it, one of the things that I've never really learned how to do is pause, breathe, and take a break. So here I am eating a freaking protein bar and protein shake. It's 1 p.m. when I could have really just parked, and get a normal lunch like everybody else. But being so many years in a service van and running service calls on call or regular time, it programmed me into thinking that I don't have time to sit down and take a normal fucking lunch. So if I would say anything for anyone coming in the field, is learn about being on time when the service calls needs. I'm terrible. I'm not a morning person at all, but I can say that as soon as I start working, I won't stop working until the very last service call gets done. So not everyone's the same, right? But I would say, learn how to take breaks, learn how to take breathers, don't burn yourself out, be safe at all times. And I'm not a great example of any of those things. I never take, timely breaks, and I always think I'm late to everything, but then sometimes I procrastinate. So it's a bad thing to do, but this is how this field is. It's unpredictable. There's never a known plan. Even if you have a plan in mind, just beware that things can change in an instant. And that's what the service life is like. That's what I've learned. That's my journey throughout 13, 14 years now. No matter what type of field you're in, whether you're doing commercial, residential, supermarket, industrial, it's all the same when you're a service tech. And just know that your schedule can change at a short moment notice. And yeah, that's basically me. Now we're here about 10 months into my own business. It's going great. There's a lot of unknown factors, but we're getting there. And right here I'm pulling up to one of my good customers. So I work for a lot of hotels here in the Rio Grande Valley, some tropical smoothie places, and ice machine, refrigeration, air conditioning. Just focus on everything and use all my knowledge, right, throughout the years. Now I'm here today and I'm happy. So cheers. Hope hope everyone has a good day and stay positive.